We say that it becomes difficult to size up whether the Creta is right for you because, let's say, one spec may not be a great travel car.
Right.
But another might be.
Right.
So you have to figure that out. Whereas with the Grand Vitara, it's like, take it, all-rounder. No matter which Grand Vitara you take, all-rounder.
Right.
In terms of usability. What you will get varying amounts of is punchiness. Right?
Yeah.
Because the base engine is tame, borderline boring, but it's smooth. And why I will not complain about it, and you could complain about it, but why I will not complain about it is because this is a mild engine. But when you want to make those small adjustments, which is what you typically do wherever you're driving, whether you're on the highway or on the city, engines that don't have that response in that first tap are the ones that frustrate you and tire you. This engine does not do that.
So it's responsive, but it's not...
it's not deeply responsive.
It's not like a extroverted engine.
Correct.
Okay.
So this engine has always been like that. And so whether you drive the automatic, it will travel fine, but it'll never feel zippy. It'll feel adequate.
Got it.
That's been its mantra. I'll do everything. I'll do it at a decent pace. And I'll be fuel efficient. I'll be reliable. That's what I am.
Got it.
Right? And you get it with the CNG, which is, we've not driven the CNG version, but slight drop in power and torque with that. So it'll be slightly milder to drive. But you get it only with a manual, so you'll be able to work around that better. I did drive the manual as well. And automatically, I enjoyed driving the manual more because clutch is light enough. Gear shifts are really nice. So you enjoy that. You know how Maruti always
manages. Maruti gearboxes are
super
godlike.
Right?
Yeah.
So
does it have an infinitely long third gear as usual?
So the funny thing about this combination has always been, and why it's kind of like a trip, is because the manual is the one you won't recommend to somebody who's spending a lot of time on the highway. Because at 100 kilometers an hour, it's sitting at near 3000 RPM. So it's always like, right? So it's the 6-speed automatic that actually works out. That works out, feels more relaxed on the highway, and is also a bit more fuel efficient there because of that. So it's a very funny thing between the two setups of this engine. So if I liked the manual, like if somebody just wanted to go buy a Grand Vitara, I would say go buy the manual, right? Just go buy it because A, it'll be affordable, it'll be fuel efficient, and the suspension setup I think ends up feeling the nicest in that because it's the lightest. So I feel it has the slightly more gentle feel to it, but still with the control.
Right.
So I really enjoyed that part about it. The automatic had a bit more firmness to it, and the strong hybrid was probably the one with the firmest initial feel.
Right.
But after that, it would absorb and stay controlled and just like you think competent, and that just pops in your head saying that this is competent. So to drive all three cars, okay, in one sense, I think I felt this time around that the tune for the suspension was most consistent. I don't remember earlier when we drove the mild hybrid and the strong hybrid that the base engine, the mild hybrid, felt as competent. I don't remember that sensation. This time, there are differences, it's mild, but would you think that I've traded down by choosing the mild hybrid on the suspension?
So when somebody asks you, should I buy this Victoris or that Victoris, at least the suspension tune is not a major thing to think about anymore.
I wouldn't think about it. I said just get whichever one you want, which engine works for you, go for that. That's not a thought in my head.
Understood.
Right? So...
comfortable? Comfortable?
Yes, always been. The seats have been spacious enough.
No, suspension-wise?
So yeah, so it's still that same nature. And this was probably one of the things that I thought would change with this car as it's going more mass as well. That it would have more plushness to it, that initial stroke, which has been the Grand Vitara characteristic, so to speak. That it'll feel very stern at first and then just absorbs all the big stuff. So it's like this strict parent who, will fire you off all the small nonsense that you do, but when you really screw up, it'll be like, don't worry about it. It's like that kind of a car. I thought it'll be a little bit softer, but it's not done that. It's like literally 19 piece difference if there is any. So I had thought that would happen, but it hasn't.
Okay.
Is it a problem?
No, I think you're classifying it as more as room for improvement than an actual issue.
I'm thinking of it as that if this had to become like a more wide experience car, that softness would have been good because the control is already plenty. It's plenty. So for this to feel like a more welcoming car for more people, right?
You wanted a little more softness and
Little
pliance.
bit. I would want that.
Understood.
Even as I think about it for myself, right? Do I need that kind of sternness on an everyday basis? I don't. Most people will probably use it.
In your childhood, you might be able to use it, but now as an adult,
my parents slacked off. Yeah. So I think that little bit more sense of plushness was something that I expected, having had seen that it's not there. Is that the reason why I feel that I'm kind of disappointed with the car? No, I'm not. I would have liked it to be better.
Understood.
But I think the sound installation, I would have liked to be much better. I would have liked the sound system to be much better. I would have liked the cabin to feel more.
AirPods 3 Pro 3, bro.
Yeah.
Please don't. Headphones in a car is just bad news, no matter what you're using them for.
So, so that was that part of it. Engines specifically, strong hybrid is still lovely. At startup, as before, that 3-cylinder, when it wakes up, is there. And you're always like, oh, I wish I didn't have to put up with this. But once you start driving, you just say that, man, this is so nice. Because, the beauty of that engine is that you don't realize how effective and effortless it is. Like on the highway, you'll think 116 PS, what the hell, what is it gonna do? Yeah. But without any stress or strain, it just zip, it just goes. And the fatigue just doesn't rest on you. It's like water. It just flows, man. Yeah. So that part of it is just beautiful again.
Have they changed anything at all on that front?
It's the same.
Because it was such a good thing in the first place.
So, and then on the other hand,
it's like getting information about this car from Kartikeya is just proving to be so hard.
I don't want to share, okay? It's mine. And honestly, I might just not say anything right now because I am also confused at some levels because we didn't change anything, but of course we've tuned a little bit because,
I'll tell you what we can do. We can try this on MotorInc first. Mm-hmm. Wherever you are making assumptions and interpolations to reach a result.
Make stuff.
On this corner of the screen, you put a big red dot. And the red dot indicates we don't actually have information, but this is the best that we know. And whenever we are super confident, then you put a green dot to say, this they told us.
That'll be fun.
I think that'll be fun.
Just go with the flow. Yeah. So I think the suspension tune has remained exactly the same. It's the bushings that have changed. That's about it.
Nice.
That was
what a precise answer.
See how much that helps, no? It's straight like boom. Okay, done. It makes sense.
So just to do the engines and summarize, strong hybrid, as lovely as ever. Comes with automatic and manual or just automatic?
Strong hybrid has always been just automatic. Is that
just double checking. Double checking.
That's right.
Then comes the non-hybrid.
Yeah.
Which you said is an adequate engine, very competent, etc., etc. Better as an automatic, fun as a manual, but you won't recommend the manual more than the automatic in this case because the automatic overall works better with that engine.
Correct.
CNG, you haven't driven one, but you will make the same compromises, manual transmission. That's how you will adapt to the lower power or whatever it is. The Maruti Suzuki Victoris is going to be available in a network that is 6 times grander than the one that the Grand Vitara goes to. If you'd like to know more about this, Kartikeya and I had a really long conversation on MotorInc First. It's playing live on the app. It's always free to watch. And if you download the app, signing up for the app is absolutely free.